Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Disco Elysium. We are still here in the bookstore, or I should maybe say again, and it looks like there's more stuff for us to investigate, so maybe I'm going to start with that. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout. That's not a very diverse diet, though. Anyway, it seems that we have more stuff up here, so let's use the stairs.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Alright, now we're finally getting into some interesting topics here.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring-do.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Look through the display of books. Yeah, sure, let's ask her first.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
Okay.
You're a police officer, apparently.
Apparently.
You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Yeah, I would totally buy all of them if I had enough money, but I don't, probably.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
I mean, it's supposed to be entertainment.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends.
Yeah, because that would be boring.
What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
Someone is really passive-aggressive about this, huh?
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
That's a funny thing to say in a game that is essentially a detective fiction. But yeah, I would like a list of all the books.
You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
Sounds great.
A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen.
Okay, so first we have the funeral pyre and then the murder. Also, why is this title so different from all the others? A killing is declared. So, hang on a second. Dick Mullen dies, you say? After he's been put on the funeral pyre, apparently. That is, if these are in chronological order.
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Okay, well, that makes perfect sense. So, are there any more?
Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns.
I see. There's a lot of them. Just like with the man from Hjarmdal, huh?
Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Fascinating. Is this also fake, or does he actually murder someone? Also, if he continues to fake his death like that, people won't believe that he's dead once he actually dies, so maybe he shouldn't be doing it quite as often.
Wait a minute. All this told us nothing about who Dick Mullen actually is.
Well, maybe my reaction speed can help me.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
So what do we have here? Mistaken identity, huh?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Seems like a very classical plot for a genre like this. So, when he became a murderer, was he also framed or did he actually murder someone? Why does this speak to me? That's a good question. Why does it?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
I mean, I can understand the unstable identity, considering that we are kinda unsure about our identity, but what about the shocking betrayal? Why does this speak to you? That's probably right. I am a complicated guy full of contradictions. No, it's gotta be something else. I don't know. I guess you are a complicated guy full of contradictions. I assume anyway.
Then this is the book for you.
Okay, I could buy it, but again, until I manage to get more money, I'm not going to buy any book. But good to know that there's just the perfect Dick Mullen book waiting for me. Alright, we have more stuff to look at. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. Okay. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. What is fascist magic? Is that a thing? Fascinating.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Alright, now we're getting to the famous people section. Again, let's ask the storekeep first.
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Innocentic power. So who or what is an innocence? It seems to be some kind of religious figure, like a priest or a pope maybe.
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
I'm just testing you.
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
Okay, very, very interesting. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. So you recommend it. Great, I don't need to know anymore. So, this is not what this is about.
Perhaps for a layman, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
Of course, of course.
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
They are vague and abstract. But I mean, she does make it sound like very deep. So, props to her, I suppose. So, do you recommend it?
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Okay, I can buy the book The Greatest Innocence. Again, I'm not going to do this. Let's instead look through the other books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism.
Okay, so nothing too exciting here.
Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
Okay, well, what is this all about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover.
Okay.
Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called The Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Okay, interesting, but what does this have to do with the high-speed love?
Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
Again, you seem to be getting kind of distracted from the high-speed love. That's all I really wanted to know.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse though, but not too long.
Yeah, she's getting really insistent that I finally buy something. I will at some point, don't worry.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Okay, apparently I can't buy any of the other biographies, only the one about the innocents. Okay, what else do we got here?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner.
Okay, so these are maps and not books.
The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Alright, let's look at the map of Insulinde.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we already knew most of that. What else?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white.
Okay, what does that mean?
Disintegrating into mathematics.
Disintegrating into mathematics? What? Does this mean we don't know what's beyond the borders of that map, or is it just like a way that they styled this map? Squint first, you can see cities on the island. Well, can I?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandoux, on Archipelagos, Croyan-Morin, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
These are all some very interesting names.
850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history.
Alright, well, let's have another look at the edges.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called.
Okay, so we do know what's beyond the map. After all, his grandparents are from Seoul, so clearly we have been there. And I mean, just judging from the level of technology they have in this world, I would assume that they have already more or less, explored the entire planet, and they are aware of what is beyond the borders of that map.
You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away.
Indeed.
Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
I think they're just like other islands or continents, so it's not that mysterious. But yeah, let's look at the map of Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Reverchol East.
Okay, so Reverchol East is like the rich part of town. And west of the river?
Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forburg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Okay, Coal City is the worst. And what about Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Reverchol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent.
Okay.
It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
So it's almost as bad, I see.
No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Well, that is an astute observation. Yes, I'm still alive. And as it happens, we do have a map of Martinez itself as well, so let's have a look at that.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48.
Okay.
Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Okay, well, so can I buy these maps maybe?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Well, the one of Martinez is probably the only one I need. The question is, how expensive is it going to be?
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
90 cents? Okay, I can afford that. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay. She probably doesn't. I mean, I haven't bought anything so far, so it's safe to assume that I just don't have much money. And I mean, I literally asked her for money the last time we spoke, so she knows that I'm broke. Yeah, why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be.
Because it's not an actual map.
From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
I see.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
Clearly not. So what happened?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a good attempt. Huh. I can try to steal the map with a 42% chance. -1 angry storekeeper stare down. But I mean, this one is so cheap, I can afford to buy it. I don't have to risk a failure here and whatever consequences it would entail. Let's just buy the map.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Indeed. And finally I made a purchase here, and she can stop complaining about me not buying anything. Alright, let's have a look at it, I suppose. Map of Martinez. A worn and torn map of the Martinez area dating from 48. A title on the top reads, Bienvenue à Reverchol. It's a bit out of date as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce up Martinez and turn it into a fancy tourist location. Okay, can I interact with it?
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Alright, trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally, coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
Oh, do I finally have an actual map? I mean, that would be useful. Map. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's not really a map. It's an isometric drawing of this place, and it has like very ominous borders, huge waves and whatever that is. Okay, so where exactly are we at the moment? I mean, this is the Whirling in Rex, right? So I guess this is a bookstore? Yeah, this is the harbor. This is where we talk to Joyce, I suppose. This over here is a courtyard with the murder. Okay, so basically, so far we only kind of explored this general area, not even completely, and there's a lot more to go. Okay, I see, and now I can pick the various skill checks that I can retry. Yeah, this is one of the drivers. Okay, well, this is useful, sort of. I mean, it's not a great map, but it is something to go on, so I am glad. And yeah, there's a bit more we can investigate here.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Alright, let's look through the shelf.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Again, sounds kind of vague.
These three things are very important to the working class mind.
Are they now?
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Well, how would that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Well, that is sadly on point, I would say. Then again, the non-traditional medicine that is peddled by some people is often just as expensive, but you're just paying some, grifter.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note.
Yes?
When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, is there anything else that I should know about this book?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And
I mean, this is actually stuff that might be useful to me. I do need magnesium. I mean, at the moment I have quite a bit, but still, can't hurt to have more. And he probably already destroyed his liver, so if there was some actual advice in here that would actually help, then this might be interesting.
There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder, preservatives, to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre- and post-factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Okay, so you think this is basically all bullshit. Anyway, let's ask the storekeep. I mean, she seems to be into this kind of stuff, so she probably follows all of what is written in here.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free.
Yeah, I thought so.
I can't have you end up, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
A police store? What would that even be? But whatever. It looks like I can't buy these books anyway. Another boring book just discarded here. Okay, well, this was very enlightening. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. I mean, I'm kinda intrigued, but I would say it's not like the most important thing about them. Yeah, I guess we're done here. So let's have a save and let's leave. And of course, now I have to decide what I want to do next. I suppose I can talk to this guy since we're already here. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. Okay, a working class woman.
The ship takes off like a silvery mosquito, unfolding its rotor blade arms. She mumbles reading, then puts down the soft cover.
A good one. Point at the book. Hello. No ceremonies, just hello. Yeah, maybe I should greet her before I start asking questions.
Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Okay.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Yeah, I think I can see that. I didn't even need empathy for that.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
I mean, there's numerous possibilities. Maybe she doesn't have any work right now. Maybe she's on strike. Shouldn't a working class woman be working? No, what are you doing?
Looking for something to read.
She reverts her attention to a worn-out paperback. Phenomenal. Good. No, I'm a policeman. Where is this going, Harry? What are you trying to accomplish here? Yeah, great. I like the fact that you're reading, I suppose.
It is.
Well, I'm a policeman, I suppose.
I know you are.
Really?
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
He points to his sleeve. It seems that Kim is getting slightly exasperated with his colleague. Good then. Do you need the help of a policeman? Does she look like she needs the help of a policeman? I guess I'll ask it anyway.
What with?
She tries hard to focus on the book stand. She really just wants to be left alone.
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
People tend to go missing. Maybe your husband is missing. Watch your bro's books. That's all for the moment. I'll let you read. I think if her husband was missing, she would know. I mean, I get it, Harry. You're the protagonist of an RPG, sort of, so you kind of want to pick up side quests from random NPCs, but you don't have to invent side quests that do not exist. So maybe I'm just going to watch her browse books.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
All right.
Another comrade. Years of labor are pressing down on her shoulders. She deserves a hug for all the work she's done for mankind.
This is getting even weirder now. Maybe your husband is missing. Give her a hug. I mean, this is such a strange question. I guess I'll ask it.
My husband? No, he's not.
So where could he be? She just told you he's not missing. Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
She reverts her attention back to the book stand. Maybe your children are missing. Maybe your cockatoo is missing. Yeah, maybe your cockatoo is missing, right? Have you ever thought about that?
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
Yeah, I agree.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Well, thank you, Kim. Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing? What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo? Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Okay, actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip. You're being sarcastic. Let's talk about something else. I don't know. Maybe I do want to pick up that book.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Find your heraldic bird. Great. But I mean, at the moment, I don't have any money to buy any books, even if they have such a book, so whatever. Yeah, I think I've been weird enough. Do I want to give her a hug? Nah, that seems really, really weird. Let's just leave her be.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Alright. Yeah, maybe we will talk to her again later. Oh, and suddenly I'm getting an autosave here. Now, the question is, what do we want to do with the rest of our time here? Let me have a look at my quest journal. I feel there's two quests that I should give some priority. One is the smoke on the balcony, and the other one is this one, interrogate the drivers about the smuggling. These seem to be somewhat important. I mean, this is not directly related to the lynching, but it will help me, get more information from Joyce, so that seems to be important. Also, we still have this one here. Call Alice back in a day for info about the armor. I mean, that feels like something that shouldn't take too long. And the car is probably still over here. Yes, it is.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? I wasn't supposed to. Yes, why am I?
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery.
Alright, let's admire this piece of machinery.
This is a Caprice Canema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Canema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds.
Not
and go
bad.
on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Not bad, I suppose. Won't it roll over in the first sharp corner? Yeah, I'm not sure if this has a good weight distribution. And it doesn't really look very aerodynamic either, to be honest. Turn your attention to the motor carriage itself. Yeah, won't it roll over?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Canema effectively a mobile power plant.
Okay, so it has a very high weight battery that's going to keep it grounded. This tech talk is really rubbing me in the right way here. Turn your attention to the motor carriage itself. Yes, I guess he might enjoy that.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion, point to the vehicle. Very cool. I don't like your machine, Lieutenant. Looks impractical. I don't know. Maybe if you have to, chase a suspect or something, you may need, a very fast car. And Kim really seems to like his car, so I think I should compliment it.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
I already did, kind of, but maybe he thinks that I should investigate the motor or whatever. What's it packing there? Point to the engine. A fine machine. Run your hands over the smooth metal surface. Yeah, let's start with the engine.
130.
130 what? Horsepowers?
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Alright.
Man, That's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
Well, apparently Encyclopedia knows exactly what we're looking at here. That's what, rub your chin, a 7-liter V12. It must be advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the older 40 models, right? Let out a whistle. Mama's serving some serious macaroni. Yeah, let's boast with our encyclopedia here.
Yeah, you know it?
The lieutenant seems surprised. Yeah, that's the thing. I have lost my memory in regards to my past and my personality, but I am really, really a master of all kinds of sometimes pointless trivia. Just the basics: cast iron blocks, world chamber injection, dual chains, driving overhead camshaft, 2 valves per cylinder, hydraulic valve-lash adjustment. Yeah, just the basics.
Yes, that's right. I'm very impressed that you know these things.
I'm myself impressed, to be honest. A fine machine. Run your hands over the smooth metal surface. Yes, let's.
Yes, an extraordinary machine.
He's really fond of his car. I can see that. There's gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
What does electrochemistry have to do with that?
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
You need to slam it, Kim. Make it more imposing. Ever thought about switching to helium headlights? Well, have you?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
If we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together. Bonding over a car. How cute.
You want to help? Thank you for the offer. That might be fun. Let's do the case first, though, all right?
Right. First the case, and then we can tinker on the car.
He liked the idea.
I noticed that. But yeah, let's move. Okay, well, that was kind of nice. Also, why is there like a dot? Did I get anything new? Not as far as I can tell. Anyway, I want to call Alice about the number.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Alright, pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, please connect me to the 41st again. Please connect me to Sylvie again. Have you heard back from ICP about the serial number? Right, this is it.
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42.
Okay, so how does this help us? Does this help us at all?
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict.
Alright.
So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
So do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Alright, well, that doesn't ring a bell.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
First, has the firm continued to work for pharmaceutical companies through all of these name changes? I mean, that's a good question, too.
Hard to say. Their client list is rather diverse and incomplete. The only constant seems to be that the mercenaries are always deployed in third and fourth world countries.
Okay, but a suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Well, yeah, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Okay, so we got some information, but we have to wait another day to follow up on this. Alright. Yeah, this is the next question, but I have to wait until tomorrow, so I guess I'm done.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio
Alright, I
on a
think we
hook.
can just skip this. It is all the same. And yeah, one task is done, and now I have to wait until we get more information. I mean, we have like the lorry driver over here, so I guess we will continue to talk to the lorry drivers, and we will take care of the smoker on the balcony later.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Well, my empathy has increased a little bit, I believe, but the chances are still, like, really bad. Let's try it anyway.
Ease into it.
Nah.
Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? Yeah, what's going on?
You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it?
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
Yeah, I have to wait until I can do something about that skill check. You seem like a man who knows about drugs. I mean, this approach is even more full-on direct. And I would be surprised if this will actually yield any information. I probably have to, pass a skill check to get anything out of him, but let's try it anyway.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness,
Okay, well, that's interesting, but probably not what Harry meant.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? Again, seems to be a little bit too direct. I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. I mean, number 2 is not really going to help me, because we have established that the lorry drivers only smuggle the ingredients. They don't actually sell it, right? I mean, he might be able to point me towards a dealer, I suppose, but he wouldn't be able to sell me anything. Or should I be like really upfront and say, I'm looking for smugglers? Sure, let's try this approach.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Wait, then why are you still hanging around? Well, because the drawbridge is down, or not down, so we can't leave, right? Who do you think could be conducting a drug trade then? Yeah, I don't know, what is your opinion?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Okay, so I'm not getting anything else out of him.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I can pass this empathy check, I will actually be able to find out more about this. But at the moment, this seems to be a dead end. Okay, well, so I guess I will have to find more lorry drivers to interrogate. Okay, we have more people over here. Let's have a look at whatever that is over here first. Welcome to Revachol. Don't stay too long. A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue posts a top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Okay, there's another guy we can talk to. However, I think it would be too late in the episode to actually talk to this guy, so I suppose we will do this in the next episode. I hope he's another lorry driver and we can question him about the trafficking. But, like I said, this has to wait for next time. So as always, thank you for watching and see you again next time.